Hi all, it's Mindy. So this is day 2 of our John Muir Trail trip. We are at Lower Crabtree Meadow. On day 1 I talked about where we stayed and there were a lot of deer. That was it. So this is where we had our tent and Aaron's there getting everything ready. As you can see, it's pretty smoky already. It's about 6 in the morning, and with the smoke rolling in that early, we were very leery about doing Mount Whitney. We were supposed to ascend Mount Whitney that day. But as we decided, as we kept hiking, it just kept getting thicker. And we've done Mount Whitney multiple times. So we decided that we would just bypass and do that possibly next year. So I wanted to share the devotional from that day. And this is again from Amy Carmichael's book, You Are My Hiding Place. And it's called He Allows Me to Hunger. O God, you are my God, earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you, my body longs for you in a dry and weary land, where there is no water. My soul will be satisfied as with the richest of foods. With singing lips my mouth will praise you. Psalm 63, 1-5. The son found himself in a barren place. His father said, In this place I will give you the peace you are longing for. Here I will give you spiritual food that will nourish you. You are always with me, no matter what the circumstances, and all I have is yours. Then the father, with great gentleness, drew the son to himself. Quietly he said, I am the one who allowed you to come into these humble circumstances, and allowed you to hunger. I did this so that I might feed you with manna, my bread from heaven. Only in this way could I help you to know that you cannot live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from my mouth. The son said, Give me this bread always. And when you grew thirsty, you learned to cry, The light of your face is my life. Later still, the son wondered why one like himself, who was so richly fed and cared for at times, should at other times feel poor and needy and thirsty. His father replied by asking 4 questions. Can someone who has never thirsted know how precious my living water is? Can someone who has never discovered rivers of these living waters flowing on barren heights, can he ever lead his thirsty friends to those rivers? Can someone who has never walked the deep valleys of the Spirit help a friend who is fainting, or lead this friend to well springs that will save the life of his soul? Can someone who has never seen burning sands in the wilderness turn into refreshing pools? Can he speak in praise of my marvels or my power? So I thought this was a wonderful devotion, and this helped me get through the rest of this day. This beautiful meadow, again the smoke, but you'll see soon Aaron's going to be crossing. It looks like a little river, a little pond. Last year the rocks weren't even showing, so we had to wade across this. We had to take our shoes off, wade across, put our shoes back on. So this year was very different. This year was a very, very dry year, and it was dry all over the place. We didn't take our shoes off but one time. So again, very different year. We're on our way to Upper Crabtree Meadow to the cutoff, and we decided that we would not do Mount Whitney that day just because by the time we got to the Tar Lake and were ready to ascend, the smoke would have been really, really bad, and we didn't want to breathe in that air. We decided that it is a beautiful thing and it's a beautiful view, but we can do it at another time, so that's what we decided. This is Big Horn Plateau. This is one of my favorite places on the whole trail, and I know it looks barren and dry, but I think that's the beauty of it, and most years it's kind of green, so this was very barren. But as I turn, I don't turn all the way around. You can see Mount Whitney a little bit in the back. But then I'm going to turn and there's a lake, a single lake up here at Big Horn Plateau. And it was very, again, like I said, everything's dry. It was very low this year. Right there. You can barely see it, and right there. So kind of where it's dark. So that is Big Horn Plateau. The wind is always whipping up there. There's a lot of marmots, and we usually stop here for a meal, lunch or breakfast or whatever. So we stopped here for lunch this day. We actually also ran into a family and some friends of the family from Minnesota, and they were really fun to talk to. They had been on the trail already for multiple days. So they were finishing up their John Muir trail and were thoroughly enjoying it, especially as you can see, we are hiking towards blue sky and hiking away from the smoke. And we have blue sky for the rest of, for 5 more days after this day. As we take in these beautiful views, I wanted to encourage you to possibly practice your breathing here as you see the gorgeous mountains and the beautiful air. Maybe practice inhaling and exhaling, either through your nose or your mouth. Whatever is working for you today, allow yourself to be grounded and be present in these next few minutes of just watching and coming along with me on the trail. Thank you guys for joining me for a little bit of the John Muir Trail. This is the prayer at the end of the devotional. My Father, I've been struggling within because of some of the places life has led me, and struggling with you too. I come to you today, Father, and ask you to begin refreshing and nourishing my soul again. In your name. I hope that you guys have enjoyed these views and have just been able to breathe and relax as you've been watching this. Remember that you are so important and valuable. And we'll see you guys next time for John Muir Trail Day 3.